Hey guys, Linda here. Welcome back to AdoreR. Coming to you today with another video today. Today's video is on my favorite books ratings on Goodreads. So I'm going to go over the books that I really enjoyed. I gave them 4.5 stars or maybe a 5-star. They were 5-star reads for me. And I really enjoyed them. I've recommended them on my channel. And I just want to go and see what Goodreads gave them. First up I have is The Player by Contreras. I really enjoyed this. I can't remember when I read it, maybe last year before last, but I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's a sports romance, as you can see. This cover got it going on. He played soccer overseas, and he come back to America because he got some kind of business here that they buy and sell buildings, tear them down and build like shopping malls or whatever. So he come back to America because he got to handle some business, and that's where he meets the heroine of the book. And she is at the meeting too because she's trying to stop them from tearing down the building, messing up their neighborhood. I think it's set in New York. I can't remember. So that's how they meet each other. I really enjoyed the book, so I gave it like I said, I gave it 4.5 stars. So let's see what Goodreads gave it. If it also rated 4.5 stars, I'm not going to go and see any of the ratings. But if I rate a book 4.5 or 5 stars and Goodreads gave it 3-something stars, I'm gonna go and read why it was given that rating. Let's see, where is Goodreads on here? Here it is. Fantastic. It got a rating of 4.04 stars on Goodreads. So a lot of people enjoyed it like I did, and I'm glad because I really enjoyed this. Highly recommend it if you haven't read it. It's The Player by Contreras, and if you like sports romances, it's a good sports romance. I bought, she's a good writer, I think, and I bought another book by her. I can't think of what the name of it is right now, but I haven't read it yet, but I bought it because I really enjoyed The Player. And I'm just going to do 5 books here. Next I have up is The Hurricane by R.J. Prescott. This is another sports romance. This is dealing with boxing. I really enjoyed this one. When was this published? Did I show you when this was published? This was published in 2016. And this was published. I read this on my ebook on Kindle, and I really enjoyed it, so I went and bought the book. This was published in 2014, but I didn't read this in 2014. I might have read this in maybe 18 or 17, but I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you have. But this is a 2-book series. I didn't like the second book as much as I like this one, and I also love this cover. I rated this 4.5 stars, and I think I rated the second book 3.5 stars because I didn't enjoy it as much as this. But it was a continuation of the couple in this book, and like I said, this is boxing. The guy in here is a boxer. And I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. I've recommended this on my channel also. So let's see what Goodreads gave it. And I'll see can I find the second book in the series because I can't remember what the name of it is. So I'll see can I find what the name of the second book is in the series. Okay, this was also given. They gave it 4.8 stars. So that's good. I'm glad other people enjoyed it like I did. Oh, I think I gave it 5. Let me change that. On Goodreads, I gave it a 5-star rating. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this one. So I gave it a 5-star rating on Goodreads. And Goodreads gave it a 4.8. So if you haven't read The Hurricane, check it out. I think you'll really like it. But like I said, I didn't like the second book. Let me see can I find the second book. The second book is called The Aftermath. Let me see can I pull that up. Here it is right here. This is The Aftermath. I gave it 3.5 stars, but Goodreads gave it 4.9 stars. So maybe they liked it better than the first book. Because I think they gave the first book 4.9, I think. Let's go back and see here. Yeah, they gave the first book 4.8, and they gave The Aftermath 4.19. So I didn't like the second one that good. I liked the first one, but I highly recommend the series. Goodreads, I gave it a 4.19, the second book, but I gave the second book 3.5 stars. But check it out for yourself. I highly recommend the first book, so I'll just recommend the whole series. The first book is The Hurricane, and the second book is The Aftermath, and it's a sports romance on boxing. I really enjoyed it, and The Hurricane and the Aftermath, both of them are on the same couple. Because it ends on like a little cliffhanger in here, and then you get the second book. And next I have is Egomaniac by Keeland. I really enjoyed this one. Let's see what I gave this, because I can't remember. I'll say I gave it 4.5 stars, and I probably gave it 5. So let's see what I gave Egomaniac. I gave this 5 stars. Egomaniac by Keeland. It got rated a 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed this. This is a contemporary romance book, and this was published in 2016. I didn't read it in 2016. I might have read it in 17 but I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. I've recommended this on my channel too. This is by Keeland. I've bought quite a few of her books. I love her writing, and this is a tight. What is it? This is a tight spaces novel. But this is only one book in the series, so you don't have to read another book. This is just one book on this couple. Really enjoyed it. He's a lawyer, and she's one of those ones who help marriages, try to keep people. He's a divorce lawyer, and she's she help people to try to keep their marriage together. I can't think of what you call them, but that's what she do. And yeah, there's a lot of difference between them, and they end up working in the same building together, because he owned the building and she ends up working in the building with him, helping him out. But she also he let her stay there and rent a space out for her little business that she got, like helping trying to help people with their who's having problems in their marriage. So she helping them out. She's like a counselor, I guess. There we go, a marriage counselor. That's what I'm trying to say. She's a marriage counselor, and that's what she does. And it's a lot of back and forth going on between them. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read it, it's Egomaniac by Keeland. So I'm doing good so far. All the books I have, they've got like a 4-star rating on Goodreads. So next I got Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a series. I forgot how many books in the series, about maybe 4 or 5 books in the series. I only read this first one, but I have the whole series. I got to read that series. I haven't went back and read it yet, but I read this right here. I highly enjoyed it. Let's see what I read. I'm gonna see that I put this on Goodreads. Did I rate this? I gave this 4. I didn't rate it on here. I'm gonna have to go back and rate this. I gave this 4.5 stars. I enjoyed this one. And this got a 4.21 stars. I didn't rate it. I'm going to have to go back and rate this. I'll rate it now. I'll give it 4.5 stars. I enjoyed this. If you haven't read this, I'm not going to recommend the whole series, but I can recommend the first book, because I really enjoyed the first book. And this is kind of like it's a contemporary paranormal. As you can see, he got some funny looking eyes, and he come from another world. He's not from Earth. And it's about him meeting the girl next door, and it goes from there. I really enjoyed it. When was this published? This was published in 2012. I read this is the only book I read out of the series. I really enjoyed it, and this is book 1. Highly recommend it. I've already recommended this on my channel, so if you haven't read it, if you don't mind reading the long series, I highly recommend this first book. Check it out. And the last book I have, I know I rated this 5. I really enjoyed this. This book was great to me. This is contemporary, and it's Looked Apart by Jewel E. Ann. I really enjoyed this. When was this published? I got this out of the my romance reveal book box, and you see that she signed it. If you can see it there, I'm trying to get there. If you can see it, oh, it won't. There you go. It was signed by her. I got it from the Romance Reveal book box. I thought I had read this off my ebook, but no, this came out of Reveal book box. And this is was done in 2018, so I read this last year. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend this. I love this so much, I bought a second book. So I got 2 books of this, because I read one and keep one as a collector's item, because I really enjoyed this. I gave this 5 stars. So let's see what Goodreads gave it. You can see my rating there. I gave it 5 stars. It got 4.29 stars on Goodreads. So I'm doing good so far. So those are the only books I'm going to go over today. I didn't have any books that didn't do good on Goodreads, so I'm glad. All of these books I highly, highly recommend. And this is a contemporary, and he's a lawyer, and I think the female, she's a voice coach, and she works in his building, and that's how they meet. She's a music, I'm sorry, she does music. She does music therapy. Yeah, she does music therapy. And I really, really enjoyed it. I highly, highly recommend it. Great book. I really, really enjoyed it. Can't recommend Jewel E. Ann enough. I love this book. 5 stars for me. So that's all I have for now. If you haven't read any of the books I have here, Looked Apart by Jewel E. Ann, Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Egomaniac by Keeland, The Hurricane by R.J. Prescott, and The Player by Claire Contreras. I highly, highly recommend all of these. Check them out. Let me know what if you have read them, let me know what you think below. Did you really enjoy them? Let me know what you think about them. All right, that's all I have for now. Keep reading those romances, and I'll see you again sometime later on this week. Bye.